Colleagues, I'm a little confused. Last number of legislative sessions, as long as I've been a senator, we have talked about climate change in all that we're doing, leading the charge as Californians. The budget investments that we're making in green technology and modifying our fossil fuel industry into new areas of enterprise. We tout ourselves for what we're doing. But today I hear that we're at the precipice having done nothing. So what is it? Have we been lackadaisical and out to lunch on this issue for as long as I've been a member of this body? I don't think so, because every bill that comes through here has a sense of immediacy that unless we pass it, we are derelict in our duties and as stewards of not only our state, but with our planet. 2 days ago, I think, we had a bill to create a UC partnership with China for a think tank, a research facility, so that we can talk about how we're going to adapt to the new reality and what we want it to look like. And we all supported that because I think it doesn't hurt to accumulate information and knowledge, despite my misgivings on the bill itself. But I remain confused, and I hearken back to the comments from the senator from Napa, that you can't understand how our climate is changing. But by voting against this, all of a sudden, you're a climate change denier. That's not being practical. When you push something as ambitious as this piece of legislation, it almost becomes symbolic. What exactly are we pushing for? Because what I'd love to see are the metrics that go along with the numbers of the new employment scheme in the Green New Deal. Because we always tout all the new jobs that would go along with a new piece of legislation. Rarely do I hear that number quantified with the amount of jobs that will be lost by prematurely and symbolically transferring into a new form of enterprise or technology. If we're being honest, we have to do that. I think industry, whether it's in the oil field or in agriculture or in cement, as we discussed yesterday, California is the gold standard. So to hear folks say that we're behind the 8 ball and have done nothing, yet tout ourselves as the gold standard, not only in California, as Californians, but within the US and overseas. Which one is it? Are we stewards and are we being ambitious, or are we being lackadaisical? I think a bill like this needs to be vetted in a more serious way. And putting out an ambitious goal so that we can tout it on some sort of campaign flyer that this is what we're going to do by year 2045, that's the same rationale of the Paris Accords. And I actually believe in many of those constructs of the Paris Accords. That we do need to take corrective action in so many ways, but we also have to do it in a way that is sustainable and being honest with the people we represent. We have a history as legislators of proclaiming these bold, ambitious end goals. And next thing you know, when we can't achieve them, we create another set of goals to mask what we were unable to do in the previous 5 years. So I think if we're being honest, put forward in real terms a plan with the stakeholders that accommodates and takes into consideration job loss versus job creation, environmental changes that we will be a part of, not just the 1% of the climate participation that we have as Californians, but what does it mean in the greater scheme of things within the US and the major players in the emerging markets like China and India? You can't play chess with one piece. You got to see how it all fits together. And frankly, these overambitious, overly symbolic gestures sound good, but I think they lack substance.